Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here tonight with the WWE TLC 2017 results/reviews/highlights of the show. This was a really good show. I honestly enjoyed all 3.5 hours of wrestling that we got to check out tonight. Very, very fun stuff from WWE and the Monday Night Raw brand. I know that I was sort of scared about how this show was going to live up to the hype of having, the TLC match that was supposed to be built around the return of the Shield. The main member of the Shield being Roman Reigns not being able to attend the show. Where they would go from here. We've heard rumors that the Raw writers were frivolously trying to find a way to save this show and make it make sense, as well as find a way to write a show for Monday night and then make that show make sense as well. But they knocked it out of the park. WWE does this better than anybody else. To find a way to use smoke and mirrors, to find a way to hide people during matches and use the gimmicks that are given to us. I mean, not only did we get Kurt Angle wrestling in a WWE match, he was in a freaking TLC match where he could have killed himself. Very early in this match, I could tell that Angle was not going to be laying down. Not saying that Angle was going to be taking the pin, but Angle wasn't just going in there and going to be starting like, I'm going to punch a guy, I'm going to hit a guy, I'm going to walk around, I might, take a little, bump where I fall down in the ring and then hide out in the corner for a while, or I get bumped out of the ring and just lay down on the mat for 15 minutes and take a nap, which we've seen from some guys in the past. Everyone went in there, everyone knocked it out of the park tonight. This was a really, really good show from start to finish. Only one match didn't have me entertained. Well, maybe two. Both being the cruiserweights, both being the 205 Live. But everyone from top to bottom really knocked it out of the park tonight. In the kickoff match, we had Sasha Banks wrestling against Alicia Fox in one of 3 women's matches that ended up happening on this show. Sasha Banks got the win here by making Sasha Banks got the win here by making Alicia Fox tap out to the Banks statement, but a very physical match that hopefully now Sasha will move up and be going after the women's championship. Asuka had her debut where she defeated Emma. Another very physical match in the opener of the actual TLC pay-per-view. Asuka ended up getting the Asuka lock. She's now 1-0. I'm not quite sure how fast she's going to climb, but then again, I can't think of many women on the Raw roster for her to have a match against. I know they're going to want to save the Bayley match for somewhere down the road. And unless Asuka is going to be stepping up and taking on Alicia Fox, she has to get in that title picture sooner than later, especially with Nia Jax, who is another one who had a really, really good match with Asuka in developmental. It's sort of taking some time off, I guess. We had Cedric Alexander and Rich Swann get the win over Jack Gallagher and Brian Kendrick. We had Alexa Bliss beat Mickie James in what possibly could be Mickie James' retirement match. She sort of had a promo after the match where she sort of said that she really enjoyed her time with the WWE and that she gave her all. She had sort of dedicated this match to her son, and it didn't come out where she had a very, very respectful match, and Alexa Bliss got the best of her, and I think Mickie can go out with her head high that she went a year in WWE on the main roster, and she held her own. Good television matches, a few pay-per-view spots here and there along the way. She didn't get to hold the championship, she didn't get to tie Trish's record, but she didn't embarrass herself. She didn't have to go out with the Mickie James angle. She did have to go out with Alexa Bliss calling her an old lady and making jokes like that, but it is what it is. I'm sure that Mickie James knew that they were coming. Enzo, 2-time Cruiserweight champion, defeating Kalisto. Nothing really spectacular there. But then again, I don't watch 205 Live, so I can't expect a lot to go on. From here, we had Finn Balor defeat AJ Styles in the Dream match, where I wish these guys would fight forever. I don't know how this match has never happened, whether if it was just on some independent or in New Japan or somewhere along the way, but we got a treat here. People complained that at No Mercy they gave us Roman versus John Cena. Well, because of the whole Sister Abigail and Bray Wyatt being sick, we got to steal a WrestleMania main event here. When these guys get in the ring again, they are going to play this tape to hype us up for what is going to be, hopefully, one of the best rematches of all time. With Survivor Series being tied in as Raw versus SmackDown, my guess is that we might even get to see this at next month's Survivor Series. But AJ came in, he flew 18 hours in order to be here for this, but him and Finn Balor knocked it out of the park. Finn got the best of AJ with the coup de grace. After all, it is his show. AJ is saying that sometime, sooner than later, they will have this match, and very respectfully, they gave each other the too sweet. People going bananas about that right now. Easily one of the best matches that I can say that I am glad to be a professional wrestling fan. I'm glad that I love WWE. I'm glad I got to see this match. Really, really good stuff. Throughout the show, we had Jason Jordan, interrupting the Elias concert. But nothing really spectacular here. Just Elias getting rolled up for a win. I believe, and the announcers believed, that he had his shoulder up, but Jason Jordan ended up getting the 3. And I don't think anybody was really into this anyways. The main event ended up being Kurt Angle and The Shield defeating Team Miz. Stories that we have to see from this is that if we were going to see a Strowman versus Kane match, is Braun Strowman even alive? How does Miz and the Bar live with each other knowing that they lost a 5-on-3 match? Will Kurt Angle still be in charge of Monday Night Raw? I'm hoping that they don't just make this guy a member of the live roster. But then again, when Shawn Michaels came back for, SummerSlam 2002, the plan was only to have one match. That turned into another match, turned into him coming back and winning the championship at Survivor Series, which turned into him coming back and wrestling a show. And hey, you want to work this house show and this house show, and next thing you know, Shawn's on the main roster and he's back wrestling for as long as he took his hiatus after WrestleMania 14. Angle and The Shield got the win here. We ended up seeing Braun Strowman thrown into a garbage truck and, basically crunched up. We'll have to see how he's able to make his return from that. I partly was sort of thinking he was going to bust out of the side of the garbage truck, but then The Miz told the guy to drive off. So next time we see Strowman, he's going to be pissed at Cesaro, Kane, Miz, and Sheamus. So Angle ended up getting the win. WWE knocked it out of the park. I was scared this was going to be another great American Bash. If I had any guts, I would watch that show because of how much I've talked about it in the last 2 days with the elevated liver enzymes and the first Punjabi prison match. So we'll see you guys down the road. Peace out, everybody. Monday Night Raw tomorrow night. Good times.